think we've found a setting that's not too bad. Right, other joystick pulser. Go. Either that or it's crashed. Oops. Ooh, can't go too close to him. Yeah, I don't know what I've selected on the camera, but no, I'll press the fire button, man. Come on. Oh right, that's why. Fire button's got nothing to do with it. You knob mad Commodore, you got it wrong, innit? It's up to jump. Even then, now that I know that, yeah, it's not really working out well for me. Very simple game, graphically. However, it's very smooth. See, if you make a mistake, very simple gameplay actually. I'm wondering why it keeps bouncing up and down. Oh no, not from here. Ah, come on, man. Oh, because it's game over because you're rubbish at this game, mate. Actually, I don't know if this is recording in HD. I don't think so. We're getting a weird stripe effect, but it's a lot better than it was. Right, let's try it properly now. Yeah. Now, of course, some people prefer the Atari version, and some people prefer the C64 version, but most people who do have a preference, that's down to nostalgia. Oh crap. See, I went through them so many times. See, you have to duck right, just at the right time. Yeah, his nose helps. Just as his nose is under it, you really want to duck then. Ooh, that was risky. Ooh. When are you supposed to jump then? You're supposed to jump when his club is up. I honestly don't know. Ah well, that was a damn good game. Damn fine game, sir. Right, another really early game. Again, 1983, and I've mentioned this game. It's sort of like a very early basic version of Pipeline or similar games. Puzzle game, 1983. Like I said, no sprites or anything. So we'll do two houses, and this is a plumber simulator, this one. Oh crap, what's going on with the camera? That's really annoying actually. Wasn't doing that before. Okay, the auto setting seems to work better now. I wanted it zoomed in as much as possible to try and get the scan lines cleanly. Right, so there you go. This trainee plumber simulator. You have to plumb up these two houses to the water tank. Character scrolling, everything's a character. No sprites either. So that's you on your map there. So you got one house there, one house there. Graphics are mostly shit. Not very artistic at all. And you have to build it using the pipes here, so there's no time limit, but obviously the less parts you use, the cheaper it is. So I'm gonna go with one of these. So yeah, the sounds are very, very classic early computer video game sounds. They're almost Atari VCS actually. There you go. So you just have to pick up the various pieces. Just to build the actual thing you want to do, and then when you're done, which does take a while, then you can just let rip with the water tank. Now, obviously the tea breaks every 30 minutes and fag break as well combined are not simulated, so it's not a true simulation of 1980s plumbers. And cigarettes were so cheap in the 80s, even as a teenager you could actually have them. Yeah, I think that's now the right level. You've got to be careful not to put the wrong T junction or whatever, because if it doesn't line up, then you're in a bit of a spot of bother there, mate. I've never played this game before. Today, I should say. I had a quick go on it to make sure it loaded. Other than that, and to work out the controls, so you know, how do you actually pick up the items, how do you drop them. It's a bit weird like this, so you know, because your bloke overlaps everything. So, you know, graphically it's a bit shit. Let's be honest, you know, graphically it ain't gonna win any prizes, even for 1983. Certainly the programming is not quite, you know, what you'd expect if you owned an Atari VCS. But you know what? I'd rather play this than do a crossword. So if you want to keep your mind active and you don't like crosswords, then I think this is for you, mate. So you've got a limited amount of cash, but there's no time limit. So I suppose the limit is really the cash limit. So that's pretty true for any plumbing business, sole trader. You've only got so much money in the bank to bankroll a new project if they don't pay you up front. Nothing unusual about that. So it is actually, apart from the actual plumbing, the actual skill of actually fixing pipes together, it does actually simulate plumbing quite well, I would say. Certainly for such an early game. I don't know any plumbers that bought a Commodore 64 in 1983. I'm not saying there aren't any, I just don't know any plumbers that had one. I know people who are plumbers today who had a C64 rather than a ZX Spectrum. That I do know. See, this is annoying now. So I don't want to mess up the placement, you see. That's a bit, if that's really crap the way they've done that, if they just used a sprite. Hey buddy, don't do that, man. Come on, come on. Go. Oh, we've got a tail on the screen as well. Right, okay then. Added difficulty level for cat owners. So yeah, the plumber that sorted out the gas leak in my house that I bought. Yeah, like I said, they didn't look after this house very well at all. Bit iffy, so I probably should have come up a bit more. I'm just making this more difficult than it is, so I will just bring down more of the vertical pipes here. There we go. Would you play this longer than Tetris on the original Game Boy? That's an interesting question. That's what most puzzle games come down to. And I think the answer is no. But that's because this is not a frantic game. This is really, a Brainiac's Tetris, really. Stroke Super Pipeline, stroke whatever. I mean, it's probably not the best way to do it. Simulating the bloke moving backwards and forwards between the warehouse and the actual, job site, work site, whatever you want to call it. I think we're going to need one more of each, actually. So yeah, I mean, if this was a typing game, if you type this in, then oh fuck me, it'll take you ages to type this in. Oh, thank fuck for that. I thought it'd be a bit fucked there, innit? Hang on, what else do we need? We need a vertical pipe. Yep. The main sprite reminds me of Pie Man from Pie Mania, I think it is, on the ZX Spectrum. Without, the big nose. Maybe he had a nose job with all the money he made from it. I don't know, mate. So, right, once you've built your pipe work with these horrendous, you know, first 8 colours in the C64 palette only, actually you have to put your hands on the tap. There we go. It's drawing in the rest of it. You can't move while it's doing this, but once it's done, you can actually move. Screen goes red, pink, sorry, the border, and you can scroll around and see what you've done, and that's it. And you can play exactly the same game again if you messed it up, or you can then try something with, you know, 5 houses. So this is quite a challenge, and the cash you've got to spend goes up. And obviously when you've got this many houses, it's going to actually take you quite a while to do it. So if the gameplay was faster, if it didn't take so long travelling between where you want to put the pipe to going and collecting the pipe, I think you play it quite a lot. So, but that's pipe, so that's pretty damn good for what it is. Oh, there's more discs here, and I can't read what they say on here. Manic Miner, Night Mission, Blue Max, and something else, and I couldn't tell you what the something else was, mate. But the whole point of having all this real hardware is you can play what you want. You don't have to worry about whether the disk image you downloaded is compatible with the old SD to IEC and all that kind of stuff. Leah! Hey, who's making the growling noises? Is there a cat behind you? Wow, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. And why is the output just gone? Ah, man. That's not good. That's not good for anyone. Right, load Blue Max. I'm sure I've played Pharaoh's Curse and I didn't like it, so I don't think we'll be playing that. I haven't got 2 joysticks handy, so no, actually let's play Blue Max. Now this is a game that the SID chip on this machine really doesn't like. So, and I did load it as the first game when I tried this machine this morning. Some people have bacon and eggs for breakfast. I had Blue Max for breakfast myself with a cup of tea because we're in the UK. Oh man. The N key is a bit iffy on this one. I think it's the cable as well. Wait, you're going to knock the camera down, you. Stop it, come on. Now obviously I have 2 copies of this and they're different cracks, and one won't work on the SX64. It comes up with the same message saying cassette will pause, and then it just stops loading from the disc. So I think there are some cracks that won't actually work on an SX64. So This disc does not sound good at all. Not healthy. Does seem to load though. And it has the same problem with the sound every time it loads, so I'm pretty sure that's not a software problem. But it's okay, because little magical Coco is sitting on the SX64, so it will load no matter what. Even if a nuclear bomb goes off in the distance, it's still going to work, mate. The old SX64 looks like something out of the bunker from Terminator 3, which is much better than Terminator 2. I do not like that film. I order you not to shoot anyone. Right, turn off the DVD, cheers mate. That's what I thought of Terminator 2. Alright, we've got to do all the settings, gravity. I want gravity on. I want pilot controls. And the rest is fine. Ooh. Now if you press the space bar, there is a way to move backwards and forwards actually. I can't remember. There you go. So you can actually move backwards and forwards as well as you know, up and down. And this is a problem we get on this one. There's no noise of the bomb going whee. We're gonna have to make that noise ourselves, I think. And I can't make that noise while I'm playing the game. So you'll have to do the noise yourself. Let me know how you get on with the whistling noise. If you see a building, we've got damage to the guns, so I played this game a lot actually. And I'm sure it would look fine on my huge plasma screen. I better order the S-video cable because that room should be finished by tomorrow actually. Ooh, that was a bit risky, innit? Yeah, see, the sound of the machine gun works, but the same sound channel with a different waveform for the sound of the bomb falling is actually not working, and it shuts off the sound for the machine guns, so that's how I know it is actually that one. So there's something weird going on with this SID, so definitely needs a replacement SID there somewhere. Wee. Yeah, when you take off on this thing, do not make sure you definitely push directly. Oh, actually don't push anything. When you want to move, well, actually it does it for you. So, well, he just crashed into me. That's just rude, that is. Such a great game though. It's a game you'd load up for, like, you know, not just the year you bought it, but after as well. It's one of those games, you know, you'd be bored, it's raining outside, you can't ride your BMX, whatever. Ooh, look how much we missed that by, that's just rude. The explosion effects are actually really spectacular on this machine. You know, the game window could be bigger. It'd be nice if they did a version where you were lowered down and, you know, the fuel and speed and all that stuff was you know, in the border. Yeah, we'll send you on your way by itself, so you know you don't have to do anything. The stuff that's flashing is important to take out, so it could be anything. Buildings will have like a little crosshair on them. I got hit by the flak. Oops. Hey, which one are you? Hey. Oh, you're Devon, you are. Oh, hello, mate. Yeah, you're going to get lots of experience sweeping runways. No, buddy. Can't keep an eye on the camera and play the game. Yeah, so we actually got beyond kamikaze, so that's good. And obviously I'm not counting the time when little Devon sabotaged my mission. Must be working for the enemy. Yeah, see, we got the little flashing car, but we didn't take out the bridge. So, I'm waiting for another bridge actually. Can actually take out the little boats, but that's actually a bit difficult, especially if they're moving, and it depends on the you know, the way the river's going. See, I mean, actually the worst sound effect is actually the falling bomb. Should have used a triangle waveform with that one. So yeah, it does send you on your way anyway. The more fuel you take on, the longer it takes to get up to 100 for the speed, so you can actually take off. Yeah, you got to watch out the old biplanes. See, you should have got that one, but there's really not enough time. You have to be quite close to the flak. Yeah, your bombs are limited, so you don't really want to play silly buggers. Yeah, so I have reviewed this game already. I don't know if I did a decent review of it or not. Can't remember actually. However, the reason I'm recording this now like this with this camera is I'm actually trying new settings. And this time I'm recording the Sony Trinitron, because a lot of people don't like the SX64 screen as I record it. It's not the camera's fault. There's a weird polarizing bit of perspex that covers the actual mini CRT monitor on the SX64, and that's what gives you a weird effect. Ooh, see, we did get him. That was so risky, and we got him too, so that's pretty good. It's not a survival horror game, it's a survival bomber game. That's what this is. It's really fantastic because there's like a little 8-bit world you're flying around in here. And we got that too, so we've got to get see, because I was doing the old diagonal there. it didn't register as you know, release the bomb. No, I'm not going to waste a bomb on that. So as soon as you see the L, you should really start to prepare to land, and land as quickly as possible. Which ginger? Oh, hello. We've got both the ginger cats in here now. He's looking at me funny. Ah, crap. Yeah, you got to take off before the speed goes to 200. Not sure why. So, I think that's enough recording for this one. So, let's see if we can play Manic Miner. Buddy, I don't like you sitting over the open flap, that's iffy. Now, for those not lucky enough to have an SX64, you probably notice the keyboard sounds different, and you might be wondering if it's the same keyboard as on the Commodore 128D. I think it's very similar actually. Somewhere between that and an Amiga 2000. I haven't used either for ages, so I'm not 100% sure, but definitely a high quality keyboard, and it's nothing like the keyboard on the PET. Kojak, it's like Kojak typing poke, isn't it? 53281, 0. There we go. It's going to look horrendous for the camera now, but you can see it says loading Manic Miner. Hopefully this will work. However, we're going to have to move the camera now. So I think we'll end it there. Actually, the battery's flashing, so